Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. We're going to keep this quick, under 5 minutes. I know I always say that. I will. I'm going to keep it under 5 minutes today. Let's pull up this screen right here, and we'll just have a quick look at what's going on across the E-minis, crude, and gold. So starting over here on the left-hand side, we've got a mixed bias here in the S&P. So the S&P over the course of really yesterday afternoon and off trading hours this morning has been falling. So our 30-minute bias is short. Our 4-hour bias, if we go down here, is still long. It's been quite a run we've seen over here. So still quite a ways to go before the 4-hour bias flips over. So if this falls a bit, we may be in one of those situations where we have a mixed bias for a few days and don't really have a tradable opportunity. We'll see. But right now, 4-hour bias is long, 30-minute bias is short. So for the E-minis, big X right here, nothing for us to do. Over on crude, I don't know what's going on here. Let me just see. Over on crude, I just reloaded the indicator and my took my my lines off, my moving averages came off. Anyway, I'll have to recolor those in just a moment. In crude, we've got a same thing. We've got a mixed bias in crude. The 30-minute is short. The 4-hour is long. So in crude, we're going to put a big X here as well. We're not going to worry about trading crude until we get back into a confirmed directional bias. Now, yesterday, we did have a long bias. Our 4-hour was long. Our 30-minute was long. We can see how price pulled back here, making lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. So you play a breakout on the close of that previous lower high, and then we can see how price would have trailed up on the close of previous candles as price moved in our favor. So you can see here, yesterday, BTX method worked pretty flawlessly. So, but today, since we have a mixed bias in the market, we're not going to do anything. It's okay to take a day and not trade, guys. I have to reiterate that. It's very, very, very important to know when not to trade. So our rules say we only want to trade in the direction of our current market bias. And the market bias, the way I look at it, is determined when you've got a 4-hour bias and a 30-minute bias that are moving the same way. When they're conflicting, like they are now on the S&P and in crude, we just step back. All right. Over on gold, we have a long bias. So our 30-minute bias is flipped on us. It's long. We got a good push yesterday in gold. Really nice rip in gold yesterday. And that brought the 4-hour bias to be long as well. So we've got a long bias on the 4-hour, long bias on the 30-minute. So for crude, we're going to look to trade gold. For gold, we're going to look to trade gold. I hope I didn't say crude the whole time I was just talking about gold. Sometimes my mind gets stuck on one thing. Anyway, we're looking at a long bias over here on gold, so we'll be looking for long trading opportunities. What does that look like? Well, if we're trading the BTX method, what we'd like to see is price make lower highs and lower lows. We'd like to see it pull back here a little bit, making lower highs and lower lows, and then we play a breakout of that previously closed lower high. All right, so that's one way to go. Just like we saw yesterday with crude over here. Break out of a previously closed lower high. So we'd like to see the same thing over here on gold. The other way would just be straight breakouts. Just looking at straight breakout opportunities right now. 1875 would be that top up here. So if we break 1875, that'd be a way to look at just a straight breakout trade to go longer. But the preferred method would be the BTX method, which is where we're letting it pull back a bit, making lower highs and lower lows, and then play a breakout of that previously closed lower high. All right, so that is it. That's my my trade idea for the day. We only have one. We only have gold to look at for the day. S&P and crude are both mixed bias. Now that may change here shortly. We'll see. But for right now, we've got a mixed bias on those two. So hands off the button. Don't do anything. Just focus on gold for the day. And if it gives us an opportunity, great. If it doesn't, it's okay. You don't have to always be chasing the market. All right. That's it.